All right, in the last video, we talked about the light reactions of photosynthesis. And we took light, we split water, we took the electrons from our little photon package, and we created an electrochemical gradient where we created ATP. Then we re-energized that electron, took NADP, turned it into NADPH. So now we have all these high energy compounds and we're ready to actually do something with it. So remember from cellular respiration, we had a cycle there too. We had the Krebs or citric acid cycle. And I said then that whatever you start off the cycle with, you have to end with, right? That's what makes it a cycle. So in this case, instead of citric acid, we start off with a 5-carbon compound called RUBP. And I'm not asking you that on a test, but just because when things have a name, it's easier for me to remember. So we have a 5-carbon compound. This time we're doing the opposite. Instead of trying to get rid of carbons to create energy, we're trying to what we call fix carbons or attach carbons to each other, okay? So what's gonna happen is we are gonna take a carbon dioxide and we are going to attach it to this RUBP. So we're going to get rid of that oxygen. So remember, plants are the opposite of us. They breathe out oxygen and use carbon dioxide. So this is how they use carbon dioxide, is they take that carbon, we're gonna fix it to this RUBP, and we're gonna release the oxygen. Now, this is gonna happen for 6 carbon dioxides at a time. Okay, so you'll have, say, 6 of these same things. So I can just put over here times 6, right? You'll have 6 of these happening at one time. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we are going to use energy. We're gonna take that NADPH and turn it back into NADP. And we're gonna use some energy and we're gonna cut this up in half, okay? So then what we do is we are going to fix the carbon. Remember I told you that there's 6 of these 5 carbon plus the 1 from the carbon dioxide. There's 6 of those. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut that 6 carbon molecule we made into 2 3 carbons. We're then going to take the carbon from the carbon dioxide off and fix it with all the other 6 carbons that we had from the other 6 carbon dioxides. That takes some energy. So we're going to use some ATP, turn it into ADP, and in the end, we're going to get this 3 carbon compound and another 2 carbon compound in this strange configuration called G3P. You don't need to know that. And then we're going to put them back together. This uses a little bit of energy too. This uses some energy as well, uses energy in the form of the NADPH, okay, to get it back to the 5 carbon compound that we started with, okay? So this cycle has to go with 6 carbon dioxides. And in the end, we get this 6 carbon sugar. So what is our chemical formula here? Well, we had our NADPH and the ATP from the light reactions, and we use 6 carbon dioxides. And in the end, we got some oxygen released and sugar made, C6H12O6. And we used up this NADPH and ATP, so that can actually be knocked off. So we don't have to put the used part on the other side because we won't put it on either side essentially. So we took the products from the light reaction, NADPH and ATP, we added with that some carbon dioxide, and when we did that, we created oxygen and sugar, and then I guess we could say NADP and ADP, but that's okay because we don't really need that. We don't really need to say that. So what does that give us in our overall chemical formula for photosynthesis? I'm going to move this over here. Overall chemical formula. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is the important thing here. All of this to learn this. We are going to take 6 waters and split it, remember? And we are going to take 6 carbon dioxides and fix it. And of course, we need that light energy. Some people put the light in the formula. Some people don't put the light in the formula. And that is going to give us 6 waters. I'm sorry, 6 oxygen, and sugar, C6H12O6. So now we have the food. So they made the energy and made the food. And so now we have that sugar that can go into cellular respiration.